Alright guys, it's technically the end of week 3. I just had my week 3 weigh-in, and there were a couple of things. So first off, I just want to say that it's been a really rough week. I was tempted to skip some of the Nutrisystem meals, not because I wasn't enjoying them, but just because I wanted to eat out. So we did eat sushi one night. But then again, it was Valentine's week, so I had a date night with my husband, and I didn't eat very much of the rice. It was mostly just a don, which is a bowl with sushi rice, and then layers of fish on it. So I didn't even eat all the fish. I only had a couple of bites of the rice. But what I've noticed this week is that my salty intake, I think I'm more aware of it. I went through kind of an internal debate about stepping on the scale, and I did some research, and I did some forum, I asked on the forums about it. See, the thing is, I read on a book where the author of the book lost 100+ pounds, which is my goal, and she said she stepped on the scale every single day. She stepped on it because she would then be able to track what her weight was, and she would be able to see if she ate something salty or she drank a soda pop, how that fluctuated her weight. Doing a lot of hands, sorry. But I thought to myself, it sounds really backwards compared to what I know, and I've been told you step on the scale no more than once a week, because you don't want to upset yourself, and you don't want to set yourself up for failure, and you don't want to become obsessive. So I went to the forums, and everybody there said no, they only track it once a week, but they step on every morning. Every morning after you pee, before you eat or drink anything, naked, so that you get a very base of what your body weighs. And they do that for micro encouragement, because sometimes if all you're losing is 0.2 pounds, it feels good to know that you've lost that 0.2 pounds, and it makes it easier to lose the next 0.2 pounds. So, and then they also agreed with the author of the book in that they were able to see the fluctuations after they had eaten certain things or drank certain things, and that would help them to avoid things that cause them to retain water, or to cause them to have that number go up, and to see how long it affected them. So I started doing that this week. Halfway through the week, I started going ahead and stepping on the scale, and yeah, it fluctuates a lot. It never fluctuated more than a pound. I was really concerned last night when I stepped on the scale and it said I was at 261.0, and I was at 261.4 last week. But I got up this morning, I did my workout, which today was jogging, and I came in, I showered, I stepped on the scale, and it was 260.0. So that means somewhere last night I lost a pound, or I need a new scale. It could be either. It could be a combination of the two. But anyway, I've been checking that more, and that has been interesting for me. I've been paying attention that I can see if I eat something salty that I shouldn't be eating, it affects that number a lot, and it affects it for about 2 days. That's encouraging for me. I mean, I'm willing to go on a low sodium diet, but I also think I'm at the end of the shedding the easy weight, the water weight, the weight that a lot of people say, oh, if you just stop drinking soda, you'll lose 10 pounds. Oh, if you just stop eating fast food, you'll lose 10 pounds. Oh, if you just insert some easy thing here, you'll lose 10 pounds. I don't drink soda. I did eat a lot of fast food. So this has cut the fast food out. I did lose 10 pounds. I have now lost not quite 12 pounds, not quite 11 and a half, in 3 weeks. So that means my goal to lose 2 pounds a week stopped after the fast 5. I have not lost 2 pounds in a week yet. So I am deciding that I need to step it up. I was saying I'm going to do 7 days a week. I'm not going to do 7 days a week. I'm going to take my weekends off. I'm going to do 5 days a week in the morning before breakfast. I'm going to do that because this morning I did that, and it was nice. Like 10-15 minutes into it, I was like, oh my god, I'm hungry. All I can think about is how hungry I am. And then I got through it, and then I was able to focus, and I jogged for about 45 minutes, just back and forth in my garage. I don't know the distance, but that's not really my point right now. I'm just trying to get up my endurance for jogging, and I jogged, and I jogged, and I got to where I didn't have to think about jogging. I was just jogging. I was listening to, I did take, somebody left a comment to try the Amazon Prime playlist. Now, I have Amazon Prime, and I've never used the playlist. I've never used any of the music. So, I opened up the app on my phone for the first time, and I pulled up the playlists, and I found one that was good, and it worked. And it gave me a steady, hard beat that I could just keep moving to, and it wasn't fast. It was a nice, slow, steady jog, but it was the same pace for 45 minutes. I did a stretch, a walk, and then I did 45 solid minutes of jogging, and then I walked to cool down, and then I did some yoga. I only did 5 sun salutations, but I felt fantastic. I was able to go in and shower and relax, and then go, and I had a muffin for breakfast with a cup of coffee and a really big thing of water, and I felt good all day. I feel like I've been burning off energy more all day, and I don't know if that's just because I don't know. I don't know if I actually have. I won't know for a while. But I'm going to do that, but a little bit lower pace. So 3 days a week I'm going to do the solid jog, but only for 30 minutes. Followed by 30 minutes of overhand claps for now. I do have some small free weights, and alternating between crunches and some things like that they're going to be toning, they're going to be burning calories, and they're going to be helping to develop my body. And then I'm also going to be doing the yoga. I have a yoga video, the 60-minute video. I'm going to do that just twice a week. So I'm going to alternate between the jogging and the body work, and then the yoga, which is going to still be body work, but it's just going to be flexibility and endurance and breathing and relaxation and getting my body aligned. Because I'll tell you what, I did 5 sun salutations, and my back was popping, my shoulders were popping, my neck was popping, all of my joints were clicking and popping and shifting. And I did yoga for like 3 years in college, and that was the time that I think I got down to 214, and then I stopped doing yoga and moved in with a gal who, she was an eater. She was a foodie, and she became emotionally hurt if you did not eat her food, and she got emotionally hurt if you did not want seconds. So I was on my path to lose the weight, and then I became drawn into the situation where if I didn't gorge with this girl who was not my, like, we weren't in a relationship, we were friends, and she was my roommate, but she would cook on some nights, and on those nights I did not gorge, she took it personally and became very distraught, which meant that I fell really badly into eating again, and I very quickly gained it back. So, yoga I know works. Jogging I didn't know worked. But I didn't know I liked it. I like it. oh gosh, this is probably going to go on forever. I'm sorry. So I feel like I'm going to be able to hit the jogging goal really quickly. I don't know. This week I'm going to go actually jog outside, assuming it's not 20 degrees outside. As soon as there's a day where it's not 20 degrees outside, I'm going to go jog outside. I'm going to go see how far I can go, and I'm going to see if I can jog outside for 30 minutes straight. So, okay, I have some notes here. Sorry, I'm a rambler. I know that I'm less than 200% of my goal. I'm hoping to cross that, obviously, this week. But I know that I have to do the workouts, which I've already listed. I picked, for my 4 goals, the weight loss, the jogging, the belly dancing, and the arm strength. And I mean, yeah, strengthen my arms. Okay. I picked 2 5Ks. One is in May, and one is in October. The Foam Fun Run is in May, and the Black Light Dye Run is in October. They're both $20 to enter per person, and if I can get ready, I'd like to do the foam run. If not, my fallback is all the way in October. There aren't very many, like, I was hoping for one in June, but there aren't very many fun ones that I could find in June. If I'm wrong, if you guys know anything, please feel free to let me know. Leave a comment. So I am on the path. I don't know what my distance for running is yet, but I know my time that I can run, and I feel confident in that. So I'm not marking off any of the milestones for the running. My milestones for the weight, obviously, I've not hit. I have 30 pounds to lose before I hit my first listed milestone. I gave myself a reward for the 10 pounds because the first 10 pounds are the hardest, or the easiest, depending on who you ask. But yeah, so also the rewards for the running, we are going to revise those because I couldn't think of anything. The arms, instead of using the elastic resistance bands, I have 1 pound free weights and 5 pound free weights. And I'm starting to do various exercises with those in order to help. And I'm also doing some non-weight related exercises to help. We'll see how those turn out. I've done a couple of things this week on the first workout, and we'll see how they turn out. It takes a long term to be able to know. And belly dancing, I have found a couple of videos online. I have not had time and privacy to feel comfortable trying it out. That's my own issue. But I am trying to put together a playlist that is tutorials. A little bit harder than I thought because, I don't know, there's a whole lot of gals out there who say, hey, here's how to do belly dancing, and they don't, it's not really belly dancing, it's belly dancing. Not traditional belly dancing, not core strengthening belly dancing. It's just hip jiggling, and I don't want hip jiggling. I can jiggle my hips. That's not what we're after. We're after central strength and stability in the hips and core, and not jiggling what you got. So those are my 4 goals right now. I'm going to go ahead and write out a thing on those. It's been a long week. So, yeah. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to develop a plan. I'm trying to stick with it. I feel confident that I will be able to do this. I'm being very realistic. I'm not trying to press too far, too fast. As a matter of fact, I feel I probably should press myself more and actually hold myself. This week, I'm holding myself to working out. because I know that I need to work out in order to lose. Just eating a little bit of food will lose me a little bit of weight, but it's not, I mean, having muscle burns calories. Building muscle burns calories. Just shedding fat is not as valuable as building and maintaining muscle. So I'm being realistic in the fact that I know I'm not just going to sit here and lose weight. I need to be active and I need to be moving, and that is also part of why I'm doing this. Is I want to be an active person, and I want to be able to be a healthy person, and I want to be able to do things with my husband, who is incredibly fit, and my son, who is going to be incredibly fit, because there's no reason for him to not be. But anyway, it's been pretty long. It's been a long 3 weeks, but it's going to be a productive week this week. I'm confident that I can at least hit that 2-pound goal, or at least feel like I have done everything in my power to further my quest to be able to lose this weight and to be able to make my life fit and healthy. For the record, I should have said this first, because now it's at the end and I don't know how many people waited this long. I'm not being paid by Nutrisystem. I'm not getting anything free. I am not been asked to do this by them. And the only thing I'm getting out of that is that I searched for information and there was minimal information. I wanted to know what the food was really like, and I could not find that. So I'm putting it out there. I am just adding to the knowledge base that is the internet. If it's useful for some people, then great. If not, for me, it has been kind of realistic in terms of paying attention to what I'm eating each time I eat it. I'm realizing that even when I'm not recording, I'm paying more attention to what I'm eating. And I'm seeing myself. And that's what when I was having a hard time, that blog piece was about. My internal world has been a little shattered. The girl that I had in my head is not this girl. It's not the girl you see in front of you. The girl that I have in my head is the girl that I'm going to become. But I don't see her anymore in the way I did before. I used to be able to dream, and I was what I wanted to be. And now I dream, and I am what I am. And that bothered me. It bothered me a lot. But I also think that is part of this, is I have allowed myself to live in the fantasy world that allowed me to think that I carried my weight well. I'm not really that big. I was lying to myself, and I told myself that I looked really good for 260 pounds. I look like I'm 260 pounds. So that it sucks, but at the same time I feel like it's good, because now I have to face it and I have to do something about it, and I'm motivated, and yeah, it's what I needed. It sucked, but sometimes it takes sucking to be able to get through stuff. I've lived with a military man too long, I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh, I sound like, yep, never mind. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I'm going to go write another post to update and revise my goals, and to give updates on where I am. I don't really know what that's going to look like, but I'm going to try to make it as organized as possible. Thanks for bearing through this. If nothing else, I'll be able to look back at this and see where I was, and remind myself where I was, see if my struggles are the same. Anyway, getting long. Good night, guys.